Hey everyone and welcome to the TORI Games. We're back for our third battle this time with Wizard on the left and RKG on the right, fighting in Aikido Big Dojo. We have Russ, who's commentating with us today. How's it going, Russ?
Hey, it's going pretty good. Just here sorting out the mods and stuff.
Indeed, he's adminning and commentating at the same time. Wow, that's going to be a tough job, I believe. So, we have both players...
No, not really.
Both players opening up with a noob clap type of grabbing. Well, not really noob clap, but a grab of sorts. Both players pulling away from each other, it seems. Where do you think this is going?
You can see that. I think they're both going in for a kick. RKG is going to do a sort of swing motion kick, so like a sort of a grabbed roundhouse, whereas Wizard, I believe, is just going to go straight for the torso.
Indeed, although it looks like RKG's kick is not going to make it through at this angle. I don't believe he will be able to get that through, but Wizard might be able to make that a torso kick indeed. Looks like it could go really cool here if he manages to land this. Let's see how he manages to do this. So earlier in the games, we had Zerderpy1 beat Kradox TB as well as Cold beating Small Bowl. So this will be the third battle today.
Oh, fair enough. Well, it seems as though I believe it's Wizard. Wizard's attack has hit, but didn't seem to get much impact as it would have thought it done. He's gone straight for the head now, so he's getting a bit more points in the market. So yeah,
indeed, he's going for the point farm right there with that foot dangling on RKG's face. very odd approach he's taking. I'm
not quite sure what RKG is doing, but I think he might have a plan behind him.
Indeed,
usually people with that sort of rank does.
Indeed, a 231 rank. Looks like he's going for a grapple warfare throwdown right here as he bends backwards. I believe he might actually turn his torso and throw his opponent onto the opposite side of where he's been balancing, and it looks like it actually is going that way, but Wizard seems to be counteracting it by planting a save, I believe, or a landing to get his balance in order.
Well, it seems so, but I believe that RKG might actually perform a sort of suplex in the process, causing Wizard to go a bit off track.
Oh, but it ends up in a long pulled-out grapple warfare thingy here, and they look like Wizard's about to go for the landing here. Will he be able to get that foot, or can Cole trick him up and put him in a really tough position? Or if Wizard lands this, he might have the upper hand and then be able to throw Cold on his own feet there. Might be very interesting. Oh.
Well, it seems like Wizard is in a bit of a pickle.
Definitely, indeed. Looks like Wizard might be losing this first match here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if he can save this. He still has a chance, I think. Let's see. RKG's going to put him down hard, though. Nope, he takes the loss. That is, I believe...
He failed.
That is 0-1 to thing. to
right.
RKG, I believe.
Mushu.
Mushu, indeed. Yes, we go. Let's go. In the Mushu matchup, we have Wizard and RKG, still obviously, with a 1-point lead to RKG and 0 to Wizard. Let's see if they can balance this out in the next game, being Mushu. Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting.
I don't think I've ever seen any of these two play Mushu. I believe I've seen Wizard in the room once, but never RKG. So this could become pretty interesting.
Indeed, RKG.
It seems like
RKG is definitely more of an Aikido player.
Yeah, it seems like RKG is going for the typical contractant noob clap, where it's able great defense and easy to grab the opponent's attacks, whereas Wizard is going for a hold position.
Yes, definitely. It looks
doing
like
the same sort of aspect.
It looks like RKG is going for a defensive type of maneuver where he's going to try to go for a kick, and Wizard looks like he might actually know what he's doing here. RKG kind of looks like a very...
It would seem so, but that's... I've seen Wizards move... Oh no, sorry, RKG's moved quite a lot. Wizards does seem to do a typical move, but it's also really known as well. Ooh. Okay, that's escalated quickly.
He's been decapped already. This is wonderful. I mean, every time I see Mushu, someone's getting their head ripped off. Usually it's me. And yeah, I believe it was you who pulled off my head several times. That's lovely. Lovely memories.
Every game. Every game. But, oh no, even that game where you defeated me, I lost my head.
Well, I lost my
No,
head.
you lost your head,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, it's me who keeps losing head. But yeah, it looks like he might
I've still
actually
got...
be able to grab this head.
Well, if he grabs his own head, he could always throw it towards the enemy, which means that he would be able to destroy the enemy, because the head is one of the most powerful parts in the body.
Wow.
But surprisingly, one of the most weakest as well.
That is quite odd indeed. Although I would beg to differ. I think the torso might actually be the weaker part of the body. Because I've seen...
Well, if you tap a head with a fist, even with the weakest amount of power, it can be taken off unless it's like contracted or extended at the right point. Whereas where it comes to the torso, it does take quite a bit of force to do it.
Oh, indeed. Well, although it does take a slight tap as well, but I mean, it appears Wizard has absolutely been destroyed in this move here, taking off his leg and his middle of his torso.
He kind of did that to himself though by propelling his good groin right into the enemy's leg. I don't think he really thought that through a bit.
Indeed, indeed. Judo Frack is up next, but let's see if Wizard is able to make a comeback from this. At this rate, Wizard is on a losing streak, and RKG is doing what RKG does best, is, well, wreckage. Wreckage. This is actually how his name is said. I don't know why I say RKG. It's wreckage is more fun to say. Oh, I believe Mass Sword sounds...
Is that actually wreckage?
Indeed, wreckage. RKG. Wreckage.
Right, Wizard seems to be doing pretty confident in this. He says, F yes, Judo Frack.
Well, at least this might be his mod indeed. So let's see if he can make a comeback in this. Because if he loses 4-0, he dies in the games and therefore is kicked out of the event.
I just blinked and then it suddenly turned into some sort of torgy. A Tori orgy.
Indeed, it looks like both players have their one of their arms fractured, and it looks like Wreckage, I believe it's Wreckage. It looks weird because I always pictured the wizard as the white one. And it looks like...
Yeah, it just reminds me of Gandalf, especially with the beard and everything.
Indeed it does. Like, it seriously has that whole image going for it. So, yeah, so it is Wreckage, though, and although Wreckage has now lost his, use of his knee there with that fracture in his knee, not to mention his wrist is also fractured, although that's not too much of a problem as the arm is.
He seems to have a bit of a... Wizard seems to have a bit of a problem. He's at a disadvantage due to points, but he's at a great advantage due to the amount of fracks on the opponent, meaning he can easily just pile drive him down to the ground.
Yes, indeed.
He had a great usage of his shoulder, by the way.
Yeah, definitely, of course. Although those fractures on Wreckage might end up causing him to fail in the long run by him not being able to save himself or just falling over and flopping for the DQ, which is how one of the last matches ended up in Judo Frack.
Yeah.
So
you know those matches on Mushu?
Indeed.
I can't wait to see how other people's are actually going to turn out, because Mushu is my favourite mod, as well as ABD.
Indeed.
So these are some of the most. They're going to be painful to watch if they're very newbie.
Indeed, although there will be lots of luck involved as well, especially since most of these players are Aikido players or I'm not sure about Judo Frack, but the Wizard seems to be in tune with Judo Frack. But Con Arena is definitely a bet it all mod where most players are just kind of very new to it and they don't understand how it works yet. It looks like Wizard has self-fracked himself, it seems, maybe, or is that from Wreckage's grab?
Is that RKG? I can't actually tell. It's confusing me now.
Indeed, it could be either one, but at this point, Wizard has managed to save that. His whole arm has been destroyed, as well as Wreckage's arm. He's starting to look like his opponent at this rate.
Yeah, that's well, we managed to save it, but that grab to the head is really putting him down with the points. Definitely
leading. RKG's leading by what, 40k points right now? That's a crazy lead to have on someone, especially since no one is DQing at this point. If RKG does manage to lose use of his right leg, I think he might actually lose this, because Wizard has both legs and still one shoulder, although Wreckage is kind of dealing with how many fracks there? It looks like 6 or 7 fractures, and yes, he does go down to...
I can't even count.
...to the DQ. Wreckage...
Wizard brought a comeback.
Wreckage has lost his first game against Wizard, and that means Wizard will not be dying in today's games. That makes the score a lovely 1-2. This means it could either end up being a draw or a win for our Wreckage. So let's see how this ends up in Con Arena. I believe I'm loading this mod.
Yep, I haven't got it just yet, but that won't change anything. I'll have it after this load.
There we go. Okay, so...
Oh, you've already...
Yep, now
we disconnected.
Now we have our last mod where Wizard and RKG are fighting in Con Arena. This could either lead in a draw or a win for Wreckage and a loss for Wizard, leaving him with 5 health. That might be something hard to deal with in the future.
So what is the secret to this mod?
Well, Con Arena has a variety of things. I explained in a previous match where you can do many different things in this mod because it's kind of like a TK Mushu-like, has the Aikido ring, it has all different variants of different mods all in one. And it looks like Wizard has completely failed his kick there and gotten a weird noob kick by our Wreckage there, who's just kicking him out of the ring. Although if you touch the outer star triangle, why do I say triangle? The outer star, it leads to joints being broken instantly, and I believe Wizard might only be finding that out as he lands here. I believe he'll be quite surprised. Indeed, he is.
Oh, that's not exactly well, it's very entertaining, but it's not exactly the best thing that could happen.
Definitely.
He might have to end up grabbing his own wrist, in which case that could just save him.
He's going to just keep falling onto the ground here because that star is basically a weapon right now. Looks like Wreckage has managed to break his knee off there from coming down too hard onto the ground. You have to be very careful in this mod.
The dismember threshold is about, 100 I believe? So it's going to break pretty easily.
Indeed. It looks like Wizard might actually be able to land a hand there on the normal ground and manage to stay in the ring just a bit longer. Although he'll have to wait on Wreckage to lose some points. Although Wizard now looks like he's lost the game. I believe he's going to be decapping himself, or getting the DQ here. Indeed, he gets the DQ. That means Wreckage takes the win with 3 points and Wizard 1 point. That means Wizard will have 5 health now, and RKG will be still with his 10 health, living in the games. So yeah, that was an excellent match. Thanks for coming, Russ. Yeah,